right, so here we are. We are back with the Jason and Peely Project. Got a super excited episode today, just talking about taking action, not waiting, not sitting on the sideline. We're going to get after it today. We have Armando Olivares on the show. Hey, Armando, how are you?
Good, Jason. How are you?
I'm great.
Doing
so
great,
Armando is down there in Maryland. He's doing wholetailing. We're going to talk a lot about that. But he grew up in Lima, Peru. He immigrated to the U.S. as a teenager, and he's just done so much just with the time. You know, he was working at a local pizza place, took an active interest in the business, and within months found himself really the youngest store manager at the age of 18. Then he just said, okay, that's not enough. I'm moving into the baking industry. I'm looking to help people there. He went from bank teller to loan officer to a nationally recognized in ceremony at National Stadium for his high sales. And his success brought him to the opportunity of being bank branch manager with one of the top 4 big banks in the country. And in less than 1 year, he took that branch from losing money every month up from being to one of the top 5 branches nationwide. And then he transitioned over to real estate. And he said, I'm not going to stop there. He started looking at every way he could really improve himself through self-development books. And after reading all these books about wealth building, decided to make the leap to Homes for De Niro, which was born in November 2019, which is crazy as 2020 has been, is only 6 months ago. And if this is correct, has done 26 lucrative deals. And you just spoke that you've already done over 600K in assignment deals. So Armando, this is awesome, man. So much action taking, so much going on. Fill in the gaps here. Have you always been a starter? Have you always just taken what's in front of you and just ran with it? Has that been inbred into you as you've grown up?
Hi, Jason. First, I want to, thank you, and I feel very humble for, everything that you have said. I know it's my bio.
Thank you.
But, I want to say thank you for the opportunity of having me in your show. But yeah, I have always been a person of, taking action. I have my, I found my way to always, learning as I go. A lot of times, we like to have the best crib. We want to have the right thing to do, step 1, step 2, and as much as the information that you need, I think the best experience that you're going to get is through experience. And by that, you have to take definitely action. And I think one of the biggest change that has happened in my life, it happened when I started doing self-developing. I started doing self-developing back in November 2019. I started a routine, and I have followed that routine ever since. And I think I have grown, personally, spiritually, and I feel like I'm, every time I wake up, I give my best in the morning, and next thing you know, I'm closing deals, I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I'm also putting a lot of work. I'm a person that takes a lot of action. One of the biggest difference that made in my life was reading the 10X Rule book from Grant Cardone, and I have read all his books. I'm a big fan of him. But I can, relate to him. Sometimes we're looking for the right coach. Sometimes we're looking for, this best person to train you. But sometimes they don't got time. It's going to be really hard to either, come up with the time. And I think the best way to get trained by somebody is just by reading their books. There's a tons of books that, you can look up to somebody and just read their books. And, so that's kind of one of the things that I have been doing,
What is that routine that you started back in November that you still are doing now? What is that self-development routine?
So the self-developing routine, it kind of slowly started from me waking up at 4 a.m. every day and then going to the gym. So as soon as I wake up, I go to the gym, and I like to run 2 miles to make sure I get my heartbeat and my whole blood running. Next thing you know, while I'm running, I'm also listening to podcasts. I like to listen to audiobook books. So my routine, I'm also listening to audiobook books. Then, I go back, I shower. Then, I like to also give prayers. I like to kind of get on my knees and just say thanks for everything that I have. Even if I have a challenge, I like to kind of, say thank you for giving me this challenge. And I know that, I'm going to be able to overcome this challenge. I never look at a bad thing. I always look at the positive thing, And then I always write my goals. Every day I have a goal, I have a vision, and I write my goals. And by the time it's 7 a.m., my kids are waking up, but I'm already ready. I already have my cup of coffee, run, I'm clean, I'm ready to go. Help my wife and, get them ready to go to school. And then, after that, I'm already, on the street looking for my next deal. And I think that's my morning routine.
I love it. We actually have similar routines. I get up early. I do that same thing. What you can touch on there is that, a lot of people aren't commuting to work right now, and they're saying, maybe they listen to a lot of podcasts there, but I listen to podcasts all the time running, right? And it's just something that you can get so much value out of, just finding that information, filling that information in your head, because when you run, you get that clarity to it, right? And waking up early, you're already winning the day, and just putting in that law of attraction, right? Where you just are thinking the positivity. Even when things are tough, you're looking for that golden edge that comes from it, right? Because those tough lessons, right? The struggle is something that's gonna happen, but the lesson you carry for there is what makes you better, and hopefully overcome that lesson the next time and not have to go through that struggle. And then you can get back fresh and just have that moment with your kids, where we spend a lot of our lives being so busy that we wake up, and if we don't have that time for ourselves, we're just going right into the momentum of the day, and with kids and everything like that. So we're busy focusing on our day and then trying to focus on our kids, and we never are able to do both at the same time. So I love that. And I love the 10X book that actually goes well with your bio here, the 10X book of what you've done. So when you jumped into real estate with Homes for De Niro, what was it that the wholesale model was appealing? What drove you directly into that space?
I think I learned about wholesaling back in 2015. My stepmom took a course, and she went to this weekend course, and then she came back, and then one day we were having lunch, and all I got from that meeting or the lunch with her was about wholesaling, and I kind of didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. But back going forward to November 2019, I started navigating Facebook, and then I met one of these local Facebook groups, the DMV Deal Maker, and I started seeing a lot of information about people posting houses, and I got very curious, and I started YouTubing videos, and I started looking at more videos, and that's pretty much how I started kind of like getting very curious about wholesaling. After 2 days of information, I help a wholesaler find a buyer, straight up through Facebook, and I was closing my first deal in like 3 weeks. But that's pretty much how I got into wholesaling.
I love that. And Josh and the DMV Deal Maker team, they're great guys over there. So it's a great group to be a part of there. You do this, right? And so sometimes the step is that you get started and you're doing everything yourself, but you said you now have a team of 6. How has that happened? I mean, 6 months in, that generally people will fall upon that. That's a lot to do within 6 months. So how did you build this team? What is the team doing? And how is that now creating the machine that you're moving forward with?
So, I always believe, I'm a big believer in working as a team. I'm a big believer on coaching people. And I'm also I have closed, big assignment fees, but the biggest pleasure of my business is actually being able to make a financial difference into somebody else's life. And, I have people in my team that have already made more than 100,000 this year, working under my company. And, the way I have built that, I brought a lot of entrepreneurs in my life. I have partners, friends that were very good entrepreneurs, and they were very curious. They started getting curious what I do, and they start asking me. So, I started telling them about my business. And as you know, a lot of our business is to do a lot of cold calls. And sometimes I found friends that I'll tell them, this is what you have to do to make, if you do 100 cold calls, you're going to get 1 lead, and I show them the whole thing. And after a week, they will be like, yeah, I'm going to start next week, or I'm going to start next month. And there are the other people that you show them, and they go, next day, they're going to be like, hey, I just got this lead, and those are the people that I do want to, kind of like spend my time on and, work with them. And I have been able to have a very, hungry entrepreneur people in my team that are willing to, do everything. We're very ethical, and we like to do everything right, but we're hungry. My team is hungry. We want success, and every day we wake up, we have a goal, and, we know the numbers. As long as we do the activities, then, numbers will follow, So that's kind of the energy that I've been putting on my team, and we have a lot of success. Everybody's getting paid. everybody's making money, and it's an organic team, and we're hoping to grow it. I'm opening to bring more people in and see, how fast I can take it, how far I can take it.
So the three words or the three statements that really stand out is that you're a team of hungry, ethical people that want to make financial differences in others, right? And when you bring all that together, it's such a power, right? Because there is this part where, in a lot of people, they want to get started, but they're going to wait for tomorrow. They're going to wait for next week. They're going to wait for that magical, perfect moment, but it never comes and they never get started. But when you can align with other people that just want to get out there and make a difference, right? You want to get out there and help, the cold call, right? So you can look at it both ways. I'm either, potentially aggravating someone, or I'm helping someone find a solution that maybe they didn't know are there. And there's lots of people that need that solution, and sometimes you just don't know where to turn, right? So when you're looking for these properties, what is the focus? And just walk us, if people aren't familiar with maybe the wholesale model, walk us through what that is, and how a deal looks.
So it varies. I have, for the most part, when I do driving for dollars, we're looking for distressed homes. We're looking for broken windows, and right now it's summer. A lot of people are in their porches, so we're wearing our masks. We're parking our car, and we're walking through the neighbors, and also asking them, and that's kind of our approach. We also do cold calls. We target all the vacant houses in the zip codes, and we call them. So by the time we're doing sometimes driving for dollar, we already have a few houses that we have in mind that we're gonna drive around, because we were not able to get a hold of the owner. So we will kind of just drive around, hoping that he's there, or maybe somebody that knows that can lead us to a way to get to the owner. And pretty much once we get in front of the owner, we will get them under contract and ratify the contract. We have a big book of buyers, and that's how we pretty much do our deal.
I love it. So if I'm not mistaken here, are you doing any direct mail to owners as well? Or are you really focusing on the driving for dollars and cold call?
Yeah, that's it. I don't do mail at all. I have never done mail. Not sure if it works or if it doesn't. But I have just mainly focused on cold calls and driving for dollars. That's pretty much the two major things that I have been doing. I'm looking to add text message blasting. I'll be honest with you, but right now we have 5 lines of Mojo that are currently working from 9 to 6, non-stop.
Wow, that's incredible. And so sometimes the thing that happens is you try all these different avenues and you're not proficient in any of them, right? So you add on this mail, you add on this text, and you do all these things, but you're not getting anywhere because you don't have the focus there. You really honed in on the cold calling, you really honed in on the driving for dollars, and it's carried your business model through. What does a conversation look like on a cold call? Like when you do Mojo Dialer, which allows rapid dialing, right? And then someone will pick up the phone and you'll be on the other end to be able to know that person is picked up. What does a call look like?
So let's say I'm very straightforward, and I think we only have a few seconds, right? So let's say I'm dialing to you, right? I'm gonna say, hi, is this Jason? And you're gonna say, yeah. And I'm gonna say, hi, Jason. I'm sorry to call you in the middle of the day. I was calling to see if you will consider an offer for your property in Northwest in DC.
Awesome. And so for that point, and then it just starts from there, right? Because they probably want to know more information. That leads an open-ended question instead of just making a statement, which is really strong, right?
Yeah. So I just wait. I had a client that laughed at my statement, and sometimes what I like to do is just listen to them. You gotta listen to what they have to say. This guy laughed at my statement for 3 minutes on the phone. I listened to his laugh. And then when he stopped, I asked him, if he was really open to hear, what I have to say. And then he told me that I had the guts to stay on the phone with him. And, I'm actually doing a deal with him, and I'm going to make him say that because that was, it was funny, I'm a person of, I'm a big relationship person, so as soon as you give me an option to be able to have a conversation with you, I'm going to go very deep and really try to understand, My goal is to, help you find a fast solution for your problem that you may have. But my goal is also to not leave you outside. I want to know what's going on with you. Where are you going? What's your plan? I look at the bigger picture, and based on that, sometimes I'm able to, do 3-4 houses for the same client, the same owner, I gotta, so that's my biggest win too, I'm a big relationship people. I believe that, we're people before we anything, and that's the way I always kind of go,
I love that. And so, you carry through the message, selling is helping, right? Because so many times that I think where people get sales wrong is they focus a lot on, I have to talk a lot to get my message across, but really you need to listen, right? Because you don't know how to help someone if you don't first hear them and navigate the waters of really being able to bring them the most value. Armando, I love this, man. So tell me, what is it? You've done so much in 6 months. What do the next 6 months look like?
So the next 6 months, for my company, we wanna, get our name out there. We want everybody to know, in the DC area in the United States, that, we're here to stay, and then we're just gonna keep growing, and we're gonna keep hustling, and yeah, that's it for us. We wanna be as big as, have a lot of help a lot of people, help a lot of entrepreneurs, and at the same time, make sure everybody knows us.
Yeah, I love it. And well, your message is definitely going to help a lot of the listeners today. Really just about taking action, really looking at how you can bring value, just creating a relationship, making a financial difference in others. This is great, Armando. So for everyone that's listening, how can they connect with you, learn more about you, or find your team over at Homes for Dinero?
So best way is Facebook. Facebook is, I have my Facebook webpage. I have my Facebook Homes for Dinero Facebook page. So that's the best way to reach out to me. I always have somebody looking at my page and replying to all my messages. So I say that's the best way to reach out to me.
Awesome. And it's Homes, the number 4, and then Dinero right there. So yeah, go search them out. We actually connected through a mutual friend on Facebook. Armando, really thank you for the time today. This is a lot of fun. We have a lot of friends that do this in various parts about the country, and it all comes down to the same things you're doing, is that it's action taking, it's building relationships, it's looking for a way to help, and it's just being ethical in your approach. And that drives so many proponents, and it just really carries through with who you are. So we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
All right. Thank you for having me, Jason. Thank you.
Join us for your second cup of coffee every Monday through Friday at noon.
Live every day, bringing us our best content we've done so far. Super excited, super engaging, bunch of great guests. We're here to answer your questions, and we so appreciate you listening. Make sure to check this out.
Can't wait to see you.